Elon Musk's idiotic purchase of Twitter and the idiotic way that he mismanaged it and ran it into the ground afterward continues to plague him on a financial level the same way it does us on a societal level. And so he just reached a legal settlement where he is going to have to pay the workers that he fired $500 million. And I wish that was a bigger percentage of his wealth than it is, but at least it's something, I suppose. It's some justice for the people who ran afoul of Elon Musk. And it's a reminder of how little he actually cares about the people who work at the various companies he buys up and then ruins. So he's gonna have to pay $500 million. This is to 6,000 different workers who were fired without severance after he took over Twitter. Their suit claimed that in a 2019 severance plan, most Twitter employees would receive 2 months of base pay and 1 week of pay for each full year they were at the job. But Twitter only offered at most 1 month of severance pay, and many didn't receive any additional compensation. And so it was fairly clear that they were going to be treated poorly by Elon Musk after he took over. And then he sent an email saying, all of you have to be extremely hardcore or accept severance, okay? If you're not willing to work really hard, then get the hell out of here. You should be willing to work as hard as Elon Musk will for 2 to 3 weeks before he gets bored and moves on to some other project, okay? That's the level of commitment he expects. And so he continually cajoled them to work harder and harder or whatever. And then a lot of people ended up being forced out as a result of this. And the issue is that many of them were encouraged, okay, if you don't want to work there, and lots of people didn't want to work under Elon Musk. They knew what direction the platform was going to go in, and their worst fantasies have all come true, or predictions. They were told you'd get that severance, but he didn't actually do it. Now, either there was no oversight of it after these people left, or he was lying to them. But either way, it's good that they're at least getting some money. And it's not a ton. The way that it works out, if it were divided equally, and I don't think that it will be, it would be about $83,000 per person, which is certainly a lot of money, I think, for most people compared to their salary. Some of these people, of course, working in a big tech company had been making quite a bit more than that at this point, I'm sure. And the settlement dragged on and on. I mean, he's owned Twitter for a couple of years. He finally made the settlement because federal appellate court was about to take up the lawsuit in about a month, and he didn't want that to happen, so he finally settled. Brett, what do you think?
Which means that this settlement is less than he probably should have paid.
Probably, yeah.
That's how it works. Like, he was scared that he was gonna lose more in his risk assessment, which apparently he's supposed to be pretty good at if you're sending rockets into space with people in them, was that it was cheaper to do this. And like, this is what I'm concerned with, what I'm afraid of as a progressive, right? Is progressive is just, generally speaking, as I understand it and as I characterize it, is it's just ground rules against taking advantage of people. Before the Triangle Shirtwaist fire, there were no ground rules to have people able to like leave a manufacturing facility in the case of a fire. We added the OSHA and we added worker protections to create ground rules to look out for people. Because why? Because people like Elon Musk and Donald Trump are going to be greedy, selfish brats. They're gonna be those guys. And something needs to check them. Because what he did is he fired a bunch of people who deserved to have severance, and he did not give them severance. And if we lived in the dream world for those guys, they would never have to pay the thing that they're supposed to pay to anyone ever. And what progressives look at the system and say is like, well, we should apply the same rules to super rich people as we do to super poor people. And that makes sense. Justice is fairness, and justice, blindly write the laws agnostic of who they apply to, just make them apply to everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would do this all the time if he could. He tries to, and we need some kind of system in place to make the powerful pay their fair share. And I'm glad it happened.
It's frustrating, Brett. Everything you just said there, I obviously agree with. That's exactly what we do here. Like, how many years do we have to continue to fight for workers who get effed over by billionaires and corporations to receive at least a little bit of justice, a little bit of respect, a little bit of the return on the work that they do? And tens of millions of Americans will be like, "Nah, I think the billionaires are the populists." I think Trump and Musk are the populists.
As proof, I'm defending like annoying Silicon Valley people.
Yeah, you don't want to be with those
$3,000 a piece of Silicon Valley people who got screwed.
You could have been one of those people if you liked those people. You chose not to. That's how much you despise them and hate their guts. And yeah,
I love many of them.
It's so frustrating.
I wake up in cold sweats being like, why did I do that with my life sometimes? But I wouldn't be here with you, John.
By the way, can I just do a little 10-second pity party in addition to the meta thing of like, we continually push for actual populism. And then every once in a while, people are just like, I bet the billionaires the populace. Like everything that we just said, we can do years and years and years and nobody cares. If like Joe Rogan finishes like a week-long analysis of how Camp of the Saints is the best book ever, and then he says, hey, I think Musk screwed those people over. It'll be like headlines everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like some jackass white nationalist podcaster will be like, maybe someday the minimum wage should go up, and everyone's like, oh.
And that's like just linear algebra versus calculus, right?
I know. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Variations in trends versus just
yeah. And it's
the news cycle like
we gotta go. No,
like
stop.
a T-Rex. It's visual acuity is based on movement.
Okay, that was actually pretty good. I like it. And look, we give credit to Marjorie Greene because it's unexpected. So I do understand it. I'm just whining.